Well, oh my goodness. It is the Sunday video update. How y'all doing? My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear. Today's date is Sunday, September 25th, 2022. Dad's out in the kitchen, filling up the water jugs for the dogs because he's busy feeding the animals. Amy just stepped outside. I think she went out to the camper. She didn't want to be a part of the Sunday video update this week, which is fine. That's okay. So much to talk about. I had quite a week, to say the least. The highlights of the week would have actually been yesterday, because I went to a birthday party for a young man who celebrates his ninth birthday today. Although his party was yesterday, but his official birthday is today. So happy birthday to my buddy Teddy out there. I was so happy to have been able to attend your birthday party. Here's Dad off camera.
Hi.
Because he's going to be walking through behind me so he can take the jugs of water out to the dogs. I had a great time yesterday at the birthday party, and yeah, my week all in all was actually pretty good, all things considered. I don't think I'm going to be flying solo this week like I did last week. At least I hope not. Uh, but hopefully, in any event, we get through this next hour unscathed of interruptions or whatever. I mean, it is a Sunday video update. I am live on YouTube. I thank you for joining me. Any number of things can happen on a Sunday video update, especially when it's live. I hope this week goes smoothly like weeks prior. So, but I hope you've all been doing well. We are now in the fall season, and it has in fact gotten noticeably colder. It's not like when it was summertime. Even on the last day of summer, it was really hot. It was scorching hot, and then the next day was fall, and then it just got really fucking cold really quick. And so, um, yeah, and it's been cold. It's remained in the 60s as daytime highs. We're actually supposed to be getting down into the 30s for overnight lows here pretty soon. I'm not looking forward to that. But it is coming. It is Michigan, and the leaves are actually starting to turn color, which I think is, it looks beautiful to an extent anyway. Depending on how you look at it, it is the sign that colder weather is coming, or it's a sign of, hey, it's fall. It's beautiful. The fall foliage is absolutely remarkably gorgeous, especially in northern Michigan. I can tell you that it's really beautiful in the Upper Peninsula and in northern lower Michigan. Um, so, yeah, I went to a birthday party yesterday. I hung out with my buddy Reese for a little while. Yesterday was actually a pretty good day. It wasn't bad at all. Now, the week was good. I actually did end up going out to Billy's for the Monday flashback, and it was great to see Dan and my buddy Kenny and Terry and Melissa and Key, all the wait staff, all my friends, of course, Dan Richards and his wife Georgianne. It was a great time. There's never any week where I don't have a great time at Billy's, although it was the first time in about, I'd say, over a month since I've been out to Billy's. But it was great last week. I don't know if I'm going tomorrow, but I'm hoping I do. I'm hoping I do. We'll just have to see how the finances shape up. And I do apologize for the dog. You might hear the dog barking in the background. Um, Hopefully they won't be here too much longer because I'm really fucking annoyed with them being here. I love dogs, make no mistake, but I didn't elect to babysit these dogs. That was my dad who elected to babysit my brother's dogs. They're fucking annoying. They're obnoxious. They bark at everything. And it doesn't matter what it is. They bark late at night. Um, they bark early in the morning. And in fact, they wake me up when I'm sleeping so good, and then I hear them barking, and then they wake me up out of a dead sleep. I'm not going to miss them when they are taken out of here. I'm really just super annoyed with them. I have been since they've been here, and I'll be glad when they're gone, when they go away. Um, so let's see what else. What else happened last week? Really not a lot to talk about from last week. I mean, last week was pretty good. And of course, I was invited to my buddy's birthday party yesterday. I guess we can talk about that for a little bit. So, the birthday party was at McCurdy Park in Corunna. For those of you who were local and familiar with Corunna, Shiawassee County. Let me adjust my mic here. There we go. It was at McCurdy Park in Owasso, or in Corunna, next to Owasso. Uh, and I knew that, of course, I was invited to this party, and I'm walking around looking for the people that I'm supposed to be sitting with. And why is he barking again? Man, this is going to be just annoying. But anyway, so I went to the party yesterday. I'm looking for my group of people that I'm supposed to be with, and young kid named Teddy. He goes, "Hey, hey, hey," and he's waving and saying, "Hey, hey, hey." And so I slowly walk up to the picnic table. That's where we were all sitting. And I said, "Well, how you doing, buddy?" And he came up and he gave me a great big hug. And he was so happy to see me. He was just so happy to see me. And I was happy to see him. And we sat down at the picnic table, and they had a homemade birthday cake. I think his grandmother made it. And I said happy birthday, and he had little like Pokemon doohickey things in the cake. It was pretty cool. And we were gonna sing happy birthday, and I had to start off singing happy birthday. And when I started off singing happy birthday, everybody else fell in behind me. So we were all like one great big chorus of people singing happy birthday to this young guy. And when we got up to the part where happy birthday, dear, such and such, his name is Teddy, but I said Teddy the Terror, and he started laughing. He put his head back, started laughing. He had a great time. He had an awesome time, and I was happy to be there. He was happy to see me. It was a really just a great time. And yeah, I was happy to be invited to the birthday party. So of course, the people who invited me, Teddy's grandmother, she doesn't watch YouTube. At least I don't think. She's not aware of this channel. But thank you so much for inviting me to your grandson's birthday party. It was a lot of fun. We had cake and ice cream, and we had pizza, as an appetizer to the cake and the ice cream. I don't know if um, Dad would disagree about that being a good combination. It didn't bother me. I'd eat the pizza, wait a while, my stomach settle for a minute, then I'd go and get the cake and ice cream. But it was a great day, and he got a lot of nice presents, and I gave him $5, and he had some money and a birthday card. He opened it up. He's like, "Wow," and he was just so happy that so many people were there. It was actually just a small group of us. So when I got there, and this was really just something that caught me off guard, like, instantly. So when I Curdy Park, I no more get out of my van, and I'm just kind of walking around and looking for my party of people to be with. And this young teenage kid, he was riding a bicycle around the park. He had like blonde streaks in his hair. Well, he came pedaling by, and he said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today." And just quick chat, quick conversation. And then after I found, shortly after I found my party where I was the people I was supposed to be with, a couple of old gentlemen, well, old, but they were older gentlemen, had approached, and they said, "Well, we're very sorry to interrupt your party, but there's something we got to tell you." And I'm thinking, okay, is this table reserved for somebody else, or what's going on? I was totally unaware. And then the guy said, "Well, you probably saw a young kid pedaling around on a bicycle. He's got blonde streaks in his hair. You got to watch him around the kids because um, not only does he like to use vulgar language around children, but he is getting close to the little girls." And I could read between the lines. It's like, "You don't have to say anymore. I'll be, attentive to the situation. If I notice anything, I'll speak up and say something." After the two older gentlemen walked away, the young kid circled back around, because where our picnic tables were situated was right in front of the playground. So that way the kids who attended Teddy's party wouldn't have to go very far if they wanted to play on the playground. Not a big problem, not a big deal. It wasn't a problem at all, actually. But the kid on the bicycle circled around and yelled out the word fuck or something. I'm guessing he's got Tourette's or something's going on with this kid. And then he pedaled off. Well, as it turns out, the police were called, and it was a pickup truck with the bubble on top and the round mirrors on the side, kind of like an unmarked situation. But it was marked. I mean, you can see the word police on the side of the truck. But they came in and they parked in the space for a few minutes, and then they decided to kind of, just slowly circle around just to monitor the situation, make sure everybody was safe. But the kid on the bike, his name was Spencer. Spencer never came back because I think he knew that the cops were onto them, or we were onto them, or onto him. And he never came back. He pedaled off, and that was it. Didn't see him again. But it was really, it was just really weird. It just caught me off guard. Hello, Dad. Hey, sit down, relax. I was just telling our viewers about my birthday party, or the birthday party I attended yesterday, which was a lot of fun. How was your week? I said, how was your week?
Well, it's all right.
It was all right?
Oh, yeah.
Dad and Amy, actually,
good news.
we did get some good news. What's the good news?
Hopefully we can sell the house.
Oh, Grandpa's house may be sold. Grandpa Fuller's house may be sold. It's on Zillow right now, if you're familiar with the website called Zillow. Yeah, my grandpa, his house is on the market. It's for sale. And a lot of, the person who had taken the pictures, they really went to town on taking pictures. But it looks so much bigger now that it's empty. It looks bigger. Yeah. But yeah, it's on the market, and hopefully we're going to have a buyer very soon. It'll be somebody else's problem. And well, kind of. I mean, because of
Grandpa not living there,
yeah.
We say that because we don't want to be back there no more.
Yeah. I once was enough after Grandpa passed away, and
I'm getting used to going back there.
Yeah.
But
it's still hard. Yeah. It's still hard. I mean, it happened suddenly, and I just don't want to go back there anymore for any reason whatsoever. So I'm hoping that whoever buys it is not a member of the family that I talk to or visit, which I don't think it will be. That's a lot of light on the mic, dude. That's a lot of light on the mic, or on the webcam. Why do I say the mic? I'm getting ahead of myself today. I need more Pepsi. But I say it's going to be someone else's problem, because, we would have to be stuck with, keeping it, the electricity going through it so the well doesn't go bad. And then, of course, winter is coming, and you got to keep the propane, and it's all very costly. So that's why I say hopefully soon it'll be someone else's problem. But we had some pretty hectic weather last week. So I was actually going to Meijer in Corunna because I was going to go shopping. Well, I did do my shopping, and I was coming down State Road. I was coming out of Chesaning on Corunna Road, and then Corunna Road turns into State Road when you cross into Shiawassee County. And I look off to the west because I'm headed south, and I look off to the west, and I see a line going through the sky, and the sky is really dark looking. And it was a shelf cloud. You could see the thunderstorms come in. Well, I figured hopefully by the time the storm gets here, I can make it inside the store and, get my shopping done, and hopefully be back in the vehicle by the time the storm rolls through. Well, part of my plan worked. I got inside the store before the storm hit. When I was at checkout, I could hear the thunder. I could see the lightning through the window. It's like, oh, fuck. And I waited in the little vestibule, like you walk out the first set of doors, and then the final set of doors you walk through to go outside. Well, I waited in that space in between, and lightning had struck near the store, And I thought for sure lightning struck a tree because it was really super close. And the next thing I know, I hear a loud boom from the thunder, and it literally shook the windows. And it rained so hard. And somebody, a young kid, was walking out in front of me, and he says, well, it's amazing how people are afraid of a little bit of rain. And I said, it's not the rain that I'm worried about, son. I said, this lightning is wicked out here. I'm not going out in that parking lot and taking a chance of being struck by lightning. And he kind of laughed about it like it was a joke. Well, I was being serious. I'm not looking to be toasted, not that way, you know. But that the lightning was just wicked. It was awful. I didn't mind the rain, but I don't feel like being struck by lightning. And so eventually the rain would calm down and the lightning would kind of back off a little bit. And I decided to go out to my van. And the next thing I know, lightning starts here and it spreads out in opposite directions. And I said, Jesus Christ. And this woman who was walking in front of me, she started laughing. And it's like, that was wicked as shit. And this other guy says, yeah, wasn't that awesome? Well, yeah, when it's a far enough distance away, it's awesome to watch it, but not when it's like really super close, you know. I don't like lightning being really close by me. I don't like thunderstorms. Yeah, it was shocking, with all pun intended. But so I took care of that, got that shopping done, that pesky ass grocery shopping. Yeah, our stove quit. So we're waiting on a new, hopefully this week we're going to get a new stove, or, you know, yeah, we were going to have biscuits and gravy, for dinner, and Dad had the pan greased, popped the biscuits out, went through that, you know, you jump whenever you get the pop from the roll of biscuits. We went through all that trouble. And we tried to turn the oven on. It's like, what the fuck? The oven quit. So yeah, we had tacos the night before. And it's like, had I known that this was going to be the last time I used this oven, I would have had a candlelight vigil. You know, because I was really I was pissed. I had my heart set on biscuits and gravy.
And you can't put them in the microwave.
Yeah,
you can't put them in a toaster because they don't work that way.
Yeah, you can't put them in a toaster. I kind of joked about that a little bit, and I said, well, why can't I just slip one in the toaster? I don't think that works like that. It's going to come out, you know, gooey, or the toaster the toaster catches on fire. Yeah, I don't need to deal with that drama. But so we had to go without biscuits and gravy that night. I love biscuits and gravy. No, we didn't have anything. No. Spam. We had spam sandwiches. Yeah, spam. You cut up that spam. It's canned meat, which I don't mind. I'll eat it. Can't eat it fried because our oven don't work. The stovetop doesn't work anymore. So hopefully this week we're going to be getting a new stove and go from there. Yeah. Didn't Jay say he had one? Yeah. Glass top one. Yeah. Oh yeah, glass top. Yeah. Hopefully we can get that squared away. Hopefully it's a lot of light on the camera. Oh, I got it right that time. I said camera, not mic. Hopefully, however, we will be able to use it. Hopefully it's not gas. Hopefully it's not gas. It's not gas. It's got the clear top on the front and the burners are underneath the glass. So it's electric. I'm getting some notifications on my YouTube. But anyway, yeah, so it's been kind of a busy week. After the birthday party yesterday, I went to visit with my friend Kelly in Chesaning and hung out with Reese, her son Reese, for a little while. Went up to Dollar General, got a pop, got some beef jerky. I got myself a bag of Funyuns. I like, you know, the Jack Link's beef jerky sticks. And I got a bag of Funyuns because I like Funyuns, and got a 20-ounce bottle of Pepsi, and just hung out with him for a little while and visited with his mom, and it was nice. Yesterday was an awesome day. Couldn't have asked for a better day. But yeah, so that was basically the crux of yesterday. That no bad incidents with me anyway yesterday, other than we had to watch a perv who was circling around the park in Corona, McCurdy Park, but he didn't stick around long. He took off when I think he found out that the police were on the way. And so he darted. So we just had to be careful and, be mindful of that. But other than that, all in all, the day was good. The rain held out, which it's raining today and it's kind of blustery outside, but the rain did hold off yesterday, which I thought was really cool. Really nice. It was chilly, but hey, it didn't rain. So that's a good thing. That's a plus. So I'm trying to think of, oh, I'm going to be paying bills this Friday. Yeah, I'm going to be paying October's bills this coming Friday. And I don't know if I'm going to Billy's tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have the money. And he's barking again. I'm telling you, that dog barks at anything and everything, and it's fucking annoying. I have to go out there and literally yell at the dog, telling him to shut the fuck up, because your barks are obnoxious and stupid, and I'm sick of hearing them. I love dogs. Make no mistake, I love dogs. I love dogs, cats. I love animals. But at some point, you get an animal like a dog. All he does is bark at everything, and it doesn't matter what it is. He will literally just sit there and bark aimlessly. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. We know you're here. Just shut up. And I meant what I said. I'll be glad when these dogs are gone. I didn't elect to babysit these dogs. He did. So, because Dad can't say no. And we had that discussion too. But anyway, the chat log is open if you would like to come in and say hello, which I don't think people really watch my video updates anymore, unless of course it's after the fact, after I'm done recording, and then they want to watch the video. So there are other places that I've been invited to. I guess I can talk about that. What is he barking at now?
The cat.
Yeah, the cats are teasing him, right? Yep. Of course. Just to keep him barking so he'll make noise and interrupt my fucking video. But anyway, hopefully next year, if things go right, I'm going to be planning more traveling. And there are some other places I'd love to go. I want to go to Tennessee. Never been to Tennessee. I might go down there. I don't know. I might go back to New York. See my friends out in New York. Maybe. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I want to go to Florida. I definitely want to check out Florida. I might even be going to Arizona. Hell, I might go to Timbuktu, for all you people know. No, there's just a lot of traveling I like to do, and a lot of things I like to get out of the way. People I want to meet, places I want to go, things I want to check out. Because there's a lot of places in this country I've never been before. I was even talking to Dad about maybe potentially getting my passport. Go to Canada, go to Mexico. Might even fly over to England for all we know. It depends, because I don't know the rules or the specifics on passports, but I would really love to visit London. I'd love to see. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. Some airlines don't push that anymore because, according to Biden, the pandemic's over. But anyway, that's another story. If I go over to London, I would love to check out Scotland Yard. I want to see the Houses of Parliament, and other than like the Houses of Parliament and Scotland Yard and all that, Big Ben. I want to see that. I'd actually like to check out, if I ever make it to England, I would love to check out Liverpool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I want to see where the Beatles came from.
Across that
You know,
road or whatever.
that I think that was in London.
Yeah.
That wasn't a yellow brick road, Dad. That was Abbey Road.
Oh, yeah.
You're conflating the Wizard of Oz with the Beatles. They didn't. The Fab Four did not walk barefoot across the yellow brick road.
Thought they were going to see a lion.
Oh my God!
It's just been one of them days.
Unless they were going to see the walrus.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have been going to Octopus's Garden. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the Beatles did not cross the yellow brick road. Oh my God. What am I going to do with you? Anyway, there are some places in England I would like to see. I would like to check out. And yeah, should be fun.
I think it'd be cool to see.
I want to go to
house.
what's that?
It'd be cool to see John Lennon's house.
Oh, John Lennon's house. Yeah.
That'd be pretty, I bet.
Yeah. He lived on Menlove. I think it was called Menlove Avenue.
Yeah. Apartment, I thought.
Yeah, a big building, like a big apartment building.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to check it out. Go to England. And that way, Uncle Tim won't be the only person who's been to London, England.
Yep.
I would like to go check it out.
Yeah.
And if I do get my passport, Dad, I'll fill you in on the specifics on what you have to do.
And you said them England women are
The British English women are, mwah.
women.
But I got to watch what I say because I have a girlfriend now, and I don't want to upset her. But
Jim said them women in England are sexy.
yeah, I bet they are.
I love the way they talk.
What? Oh, that dog! I wish he'd shut the fuck up. I think Jay's here. Keep him outside, would you? I don't want my video being interrupted. But I would love to actually go to England and check things out. I know yeah, keep him out there. I sound like an asshole when I say that, but I don't care. I'm sick of having my videos being interrupted. See, they're out there yelling at him now. That dog, he just does not shut the fuck up for anything. But anyway, again, back to what I was saying. I would love to visit England. I'd love to visit Canada. I'd love to visit Mexico. I have friends from everywhere. I'd love to visit South Africa because I have friends from South Africa that I've actually met in person because some of them have come to Michigan and, I've met them, hung out with them, spent an afternoon with them, had dinner with them. So there are actually lots of places I would love to check out. I might even go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm not going to travel to all these different places in 1 year. I'm lucky to go to Saginaw and back in 1 year. And Saginaw is probably about 45 minutes away from here. But honestly, there's just so much. There's so much going on, so little time. And, I would have to save up some money for airline and all that stuff. So there's that to contend with. So he's just barking aimlessly out there. Oh, yeah, I figured.
Especially baby boy.
Yeah.
Sat right on that chair right there by the door. And that could
Just to get him riled up and yeah. Yeah. But I got friends in Canada. Got friends in South Africa. See what I mean? I have friends in South Africa. I've got friends in Canada. I think I have friends in Mexico. I have friends in England, of course, across the pond. I got friends everywhere, man. I'm well known all over the world, especially here in America where I'm from. But yeah, and I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to travel to all these places in the same year. There's so much to do in such a little time. That would have to be planned out, like years ahead or months or whatever, depending on if I've got the money. And like I said, I'd have to look into the specifics of passports and such, because I know there's a hefty, fee you have to pay to I think if I go to the post office, I can apply for a passport at the post office. I mean, I don't have any warrants. I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a felon. I don't see why it would be a problem for me to travel outside of the country, other than, of course, as Dad pointed out, the COVID. I know some other countries are not on the other side of this yet. So I just, I would rather wait until we know that, when we've been given the all clear, when it's safe to travel outside of the country, if you want to, travel internationally and such. Um, but that would actually definitely be something to look into. I might go up to the post office tomorrow just to look into it and find out what's going on with that. I could get my passport and I could pack. I don't know for however long I would be staying in these different places outside of America, but I would pack, dress according to the weather and go from there. There's just so many places I would love to see. I've only got this one life, and I want to try to live it to the best of my ability. And I just want to get out and see things. I want to see the world. You know, I want to travel and I want to see people. I want to hang with people. I want to make memories with friends who live across the pond and they live in other countries. And I just want to go places and see things and do things with people. Um, aw. Getting Facebook notifications too. I'm getting all kinds of love from all different directions. I've been feeling the love all week, even through the negativity. Because there's got to be at least one moment of negativity in the whole week, and then the rest of the week is just beautiful. I have the friends that I have. I feel the love. I feel the compassion that people have, and I consider myself to be very lucky to have the friends that I have. But there's so much to do, so many things to see, and so many people I want to meet. Other states in this country that I have never been before, and I would love to go. I would love to check things out, and I might make it happen. I mean, I had this existential fear of flying, getting on an airplane or a jet rather, because when I say airplane, I guess I would just be referring to a General Cessna aircraft. But I'm talking about a big jet airliner. I had a big fear about flying. Um, but then I made myself get over the fear by facing it. And I decided, you know what? There's people that want me to be with them, and driving is just going to take forever. That's a lot of wear and tear on a vehicle to be driving long range distances to multiple states. Um, I would love to see these people who invite me and they want me to come and spend a weekend with them. And these are people that I've spoken with, you know, throughout the course of maybe a year or a couple of years, and we've video chatted, we've gotten to know each other really well. It's not like they're inviting a total stranger to their home. They take the time to get to know who I am first. They kind of feel me out a little bit, and I kind of feel them out, see what they're about, and it all works out great. Um, yeah, I've been invited to various different locations in this country and outside of America. And I just hope before I die, I get to fulfill the dreams of getting to go and be with my friends who live within and outside of America. And those are just dreams I have. I would just love to spend a weekend with certain individuals and just to have fun, take pictures and maybe some video, and just and to enjoy life and to get out and see things and embrace the company of wonderful, amazing people. And I know that when you listen to some of the things I've said in the past on this channel, you might get a very, you know, just a awkward impression of me, like, oh, Jared talks so much shit about X, Y, and Z, and he says so much negative shit about this person, that person, whatever. That's just me returning the vitriol. That's just me, um, giving people what they deserve. Uh, but if you really take the time to get to know me as a person and know who I am and what I'm about, you know, that's I earn the respect of people. And the people that I'm friends with, they see me for who and what I am. They don't listen to the opinions of other people. They go by their experiences of me. They base their decisions on what they personally know, which is fine, which is actually, and it's not only is it fine, but it's imperative. I'm not doing anything that would cause panic or whatever, but you have to get to know people. You got to give people a chance, and I've said lots of just horrible things about people because they've treated me horribly. In this life, you get what you give, and if you're going to treat me like shit, shit is exactly what you're going to get from me. So, I'm a very well-known person. I may not always be well respected, but I'm very well known for better or worse. And there are people out there who actually do love me. They love me for me, and that's why they keep me coming around. And I always search for tomorrow. I'm always trying to be better than I was yesterday and the days before. I'm always trying to better myself, and I surround myself with people who um they give off that energy where they want me around and they want me to be a part of their lives and they want me to experience something with them, which I think is just fantastic. I've never been to Texas either. That might be another state that I visit. Like I said, I've probably got friends. Excuse me. I've probably got friends in all of the lower 48, if I had to guess. I could probably look at any state and point to a state on a map and say, yep, this person lives in this state, this person lives in that state. I mean, I've got family in Arizona, you know. So if I ever go out to Arizona, I might run into some relatives out there, although I highly doubt it. But there's always that chance. Um, and I won't always announce where I'm going because I don't want to give anyone the artillery to go behind my back and especially my haters, the people who scour my YouTube channel weekly. um I don't want them going back and trying to fill my friends' heads with a bunch of shit that ain't true, because that's already happened many times, or at least they tried anyway, and they fail laughably. But it's always nice just to you know be able to go somewhere and people expect your arrival, and they want to have a great time with you. They want you to experience things. They want you to experience what they experience. They want you to see what they see every day. And I just think it's great. It's awesome. West Virginia is another place I've been invited to. So, Kentucky and Tennessee and West Virginia and Arizona and Texas and Oklahoma and Florida, um, just everywhere. Pennsylvania. I've been invited to all these places. I've even been invited to California, although I don't know if I would ever make it to California, but it'd be different from Michigan. For sure. By far, Michigan, no other state in this country, I would have to say, holds a candle to Michigan, because we are a very awesome, unique state, because we are the only state in this country with two pieces of land, and we have our own freshwater supply from the Great Lakes. So I'm always happy to tell people I'm from Michigan. You know, X, Y, and Z came from Michigan. And there's so many different things that originated here in Michigan. I always tell my friends who live abroad that if you ever want a vacation, come up here to Michigan. We've got all kinds of shit to see up here. You would love Petoskey. You love Charlevoix. You would love Traverse City. You would love. I've been to Pellston when I was in the Upper Peninsula a couple weeks ago. I was on my way back home, and I came through Pellston, and it looks like like a Chesaning, like a little town. But I think there's more to Pellston than what I actually saw, because I just came down 31. I didn't actually go, like to see the shore of Lake Michigan from Pellston. And believe it or not, I was watching Price is Right one morning. That son of a bitch and dog. I was watching Price is Right one morning, and Pelston was actually a vacation spot in the Showcase Showdown. So he's still barking out there.
Yeah, the cat. I just kicked the cat off the porch.
Yeah, tell him get the fuck on. But I was shocked that Pelston was actually one of the vacation spots. It was a prize and a showcase. It's like, really, Pelston, Michigan, Pentwater, you know? I think it was Pelston. I don't think it was Pentwater. Pentwater would be more like up by Ludington, Manistee, in those areas. But Pelston, it's like, Pelston, Michigan. I guess, like I said, there's probably more to Pelston than what I saw, because when I passed through it, it kind of reminded me of Oakley or Chesaning, just a little, rinky-dink town on a map. You're just driving through, done. They got a Dollar General. They got little shops, like little mom and pop shops, craft shops, and just a variety of different little locally owned businesses, which it's nice. I mean, Pelston, they got their own airport in Pelston. It's really nice up there. Petoskey and especially Charlevoix, just absolutely beautiful up there. Lots of scenery like you just would not believe. When you're riding along US 31, if you're headed in either direction, you're going to see Lake Michigan, and you're also going to see Little Traverse Bay, which is just absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I got to see Marquette when I was in the Upper Peninsula, and that Marquette and Lake Superior was just breathtaking. Wow, it's beautiful up there. I had a wonderful time when I was in Iron Mountain, as I always have a wonderful time. Like I said, these are friends of mine that I've known for years, and we've spoken for years, and they are so excited when I come around. And it's actually just nice to know that you've got a place to go, because it doesn't happen often, at least not around here. Because everybody, like I said, I'm well known around Chesaning, for better or worse, depending. But most people who know me, that when they see me, they'll say hi. As a matter of fact, I was at Admiral gas station a couple weeks ago. Was it a couple weeks? No, it was just this past week. Wow, where's my mind? Anyway, it was last week. I was at Admiral gas station, and the kid I went to school with, his name was Kenny Hall. He knew who I was because we grew up together, and yeah, it's amazing, just the people that and people that when you're a familiar face around Chesaning, it's really something. I don't know if it's always such a good thing, because there's a lot of fucking assholes in Chesaning, and I found that out last week too. Just some real immature dickheads around town. Yeah, I know. That's everywhere you go. But I'm talking about my hometown, where people are just full of themselves. Not everybody, but most people are just straight up fucking assholes. And, I don't have a problem telling them. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but I'm not going to take your shit. And I don't. But anyway, but up north, I mean, in the Upper Peninsula, the people are just, I don't know, they don't seem uptight or overstressed or overworked in the Upper Peninsula. I mean, yeah, you get people who might get upset about little things, little banal things that really mean nothing at all. But overall, generally speaking, I've met lots of fantastic people in the Upper Peninsula. They are the nicest people you'll ever meet. Youpers are usually always the nicest people compared to the idiots down here in Lower Michigan. There's just a lot of straight up dumbass motherfuckers in the Lower Peninsula. But in any event, it's a different world in the Upper Peninsula. There's just so much to see, so much to do. I want to go to the Pictured Rocks. That's one place I've always wanted to see, and I've just never had the opportunity. Every time I go to Iron Mountain and back, I pass the sign that says Pictured Rocks, and I've never seen the Pictured Rocks. I'm thinking the next time I go to the Upper Peninsula to spend a weekend with my friends, I might just cut off and go up M77 to the Pictured Rocks, just to check it out, just to see what it looks like. I hear it's gorgeous. Excuse me. I hear it's really beautiful up there. I've seen pictures, like I can Google Pictured Rocks and it'll show me pictures, easy peasy. But it's not the same thing as actually being there at the Pictured Rocks. And I would like to take my GoPro camera with me or just use my cell phone and just get some video and pictures and because it's right on the shore of Lake Superior and I've seen Lake Superior from Marquette. So it should be a wonderful time. Um I don't know what that's about. I got a message in Messenger. I don't know. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I saw Lake Superior from Marquette when I was in the Upper Peninsula a couple weeks ago. It's fun up there. There's always so much to do. I can't believe we're down to the last 15 minutes of the Sunday video already. And Dad has been coming in and out, taking care of the animals. So are the dogs going to finally shut the fuck up now? Noisy ass fucking dogs.
Oh, I know it.
Jay's still here.
Yeah, I'm always that.
But we are down to the final 15 minutes. There's a lot of light. You gotta shut that door. I'm still thinking about getting my own apartment. This would be one of the reasons why the constant interruptions and people coming in and out all the time. Or I was even thinking about moving this into my bedroom. So I would at least have the quiet time and I would have, it doesn't look so cluttered around me, but I've considered that. But I haven't made up my mind yet.
Go on, buddy.
I swear people knew that I was going to do this today. And then I'm not with Dad. I don't mind if it's Dad. I mean, it's Dad, it's his house, but it's like, you knew I'm doing this today. Why the fuck are you coming over here and you're going to interrupt me in the middle of my fucking video? Like, come on, dude. Hey, Barky. My dog down here off camera, and you see a little tail wagging right there. That's Scruffy. That's Scruffy down there. He's grooming Barkley. Hi, buddy. Hi, Barky. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, Barkley? Hey, Scruff. You're not getting on my lap, so just don't think about it. You stay down there. Stay down there with Barkley. But I'm still thinking about getting my own apartment. I haven't made up my mind. I haven't filled out any applications. We just paid summer taxes in September. And I think the one thing that really keeps me here is because I'm afraid if I move out, my dad is going to struggle with keeping these bills paid. And I don't want him to have to struggle to keep the house, up to date on taxes. And I don't want him to freeze because it's going to get brutally cold in the winter and he's got to have help paying the propane bill. And, I just don't want to leave him high. I don't want to leave him hanging. I don't want to leave him high and dry because that would be on my conscience. And Dad says, oh, we'll be fine. We'll make it, we'll manage. And well, but I don't want you to just manage. I want you to live with the comfort of knowing that the bills are going to get paid because you have an extra income coming into the home. I want you to be able to rest easy knowing that everything's going to be okay because I'm here to help you. I don't want you to just get by. I don't want you to just manage. I mean, there's more to life than just managing. I mean, sometimes if you don't have a choice, yes, you just manage, but I don't know. I just don't want them to have to worry about that. Um, that's just my heart. I just don't want my dad to have to worry about keeping the bills paid. You know, he struggles like everybody else. We all struggle to some degree. Um, but we're, with me being here and I get an income and it helps, it helps out quite a bit. And so that's why I stick around. I've lived in this house longer than anywhere I've ever lived in my life. And it is an old house. Um, they converted it into a house in 1970. This was actually a garage at one time, which is why we have cement floors, because this was at one time a garage. Um, and then in 1970, they just converted it into a house. And so that's the backstory. And that's why, this house, it collects dust a lot of the time and there's spider webs everywhere. It's because it's just an old house. And I I can't begin to I can't begin to count how many times a week I wipe down the walls, I dust the walls, I sweep everything up. Um, we have a feather duster around here somewhere, but usually I'll just take usually I'll just take the broom and just kind of go along the edges of the wall where it meets the ceiling and knock down all the spider webs and stuff. I do this all the time, and it doesn't help because Dad and Amy, they both smoke, and, it collects dust, and so I do my absolute best to try to keep this place clean. We all do, but, it's just an old house. It's just really an old house, and, uh, it's all we got, it's a roof over our head, and there are days when I get so frustrated and pissed off about this house, and there's so much work that needs done to it, and, but it's a roof over my head. I mean, I'd rather have a roof over my head than to sleep in the streets. Although out here we don't have streets, we have roads. But in any event, I don't want to sleep in the cold. I want to know that, I want a home to come back to. Um, but I suggested to Dad that I move out and try it on my own for, depending on the life of the lease. I don't know if it's 1 year, 2 years, but to just try it, see how it goes. And with, having that in the back of my mind that, oh shit, is Dad able to pay the taxes? Is Dad able to pay, um, keep up with the propane and all that stuff? Um, but I mean, I'm 36 years old. I should be out on my own. It goes without saying. I should have my own place. But, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place myself because like I said, I don't want to leave him out to dry. I don't want to leave him scrambling trying to figure out how am I going to pay my bills. Um, and if I move out, I mean that's going to be on my conscience. But if I stay here, then I'm left thinking, man, if I only had my own place to do X, Y, and Z in the privacy of my own apartment, which, like I said, I still might, depending on how things go. But I might have more bills to pay because I'll have to pay rent and electricity, and I don't actually know what's included with rent living in an apartment, but I don't know. It would have to be something to look into because the apartments that I'm looking at are federally subsidized. It's federal subsidized housing, so um, there's that to contend with. But there's a lot of red tape, a lot of things, and then I think they got to do a background check, which I'm pretty sure they do background checks. They just, make sure that you don't have any criminal records or anything like that, no warrants or anything, which I don't. Never been in trouble with the law a single day in my life. And that's the way I intend to keep it. But, they do that. They do the background check. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't really made up my mind yet. It's kind of a difficult decision for me to make. And most people don't understand why I'm still living at home with my dad, but it's my life. It's really none of anyone else's business. But for those of you who, have inquiring minds, well, I just told you why I stay living here with my dad. I love my dad. I don't want to see him lose his home. But at the same time, yes, I'm 36 years old. I'm going to be 40 in 4 years. And I just, I do have to grow up and get my own place, but I am grown up. I am grown up. I'm just living at home at the moment. Have been living in this house for 25 years. Longest I've lived anywhere. I've lived here longer than any other home I've ever lived in. So, I had to, now we're down to the last, I think, 5 minutes. Well, now 4 minutes. Yep, now 4 minutes of the show. I had to get irate with CenturyLink last week because I've been having issues with my house phone still. Every time someone calls on the landline or if I make an outgoing call, it interrupts my internet. Pisses me right the fuck off. And I called them. I was I was on with CenturyLink for about an hour, and they transferred me to like 5 different people within an hour. And to each of those 5 people, I had to reiterate why the fuck I was calling. And I was getting so frustrated and pissed off because it's like, how many times do I got to fucking tell you? How many times do I got to go over this? I said, I've been a customer of yours for 13 long years. I said, and if this is any way you're going to treat a customer, I'm history. I'm gone. And then they mentioned something about, oh, we may have sent you the wrong DSL modem. Well, how the fuck are you going to send me the wrong DSL modem? And they admitted that they sent the wrong modem, and they were supposed to deliver it yet on not yesterday, Friday. Never showed. The new DSL modem never showed up. So I'm going to give it till tomorrow. And if it doesn't arrive tomorrow, I'm going to call them out, and I'm going to call them up and rake them over the fucking coals once again. Because I, quite frankly, am sick of the runaround and the bullshit with CenturyLink. And I'm sure many other people feel the same way. They just don't speak up in fear of backlash. Quite frankly, I couldn't give a shit less about backlash. I don't care. That's no way to treat a value customer. And then if I want a technician to come in, they're going to charge me an additional $86. And I told them, I'm not paying for your fucking mistake. You guys made the mistake. You're going to pay for it. I'm not paying for anything. So, and I had to get irate with them. I do not like to get irate with people, but I don't like to be given a runaround either. And they found out. So I'm going to give it until tomorrow. And if the DSL modem does not show up by tomorrow, then I'm going to call them up and bitch them out some more. I'm sick of the bullshit. But anyway, we are getting close to closing time. We are down to the last, I guess, full minute because we are coming on to 3:59 p.m. right now. Actually, it's 3:59 right now. So we are down to the final minute of the Sunday video update, and I just wanted to use this opportunity to say thank you to all of you who tuned in this week for the Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear, and I have Sunday videos most of the time. Generally, I have Sunday videos every week, 3:00 Eastern to 4:00. 1 full hour of me talking about the week in review. This has been a pretty good Sunday video, considering I've been tripping over my words a few times, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but we are coming on the 4 o'clock hour. And this will conclude the Sunday video update. Dad and Amy usually join me, or they stick around to the end, but Amy decided to go out to the camper. Dad's outside taking care of business, and that dog finally shut the fuck up. So it is 4 o'clock. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear, and I will catch you next week for a new installment of the Sunday video update. Much love, take care, and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.